All right. All right. All right. We are live. We are live. So we are live on Dr. O'Shea page on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook and even in the Facebook group, Labor of Love. So I see a lot of you guys are in the backstage. I'm going to let you guys in a second, but want to make sure that everything is going good. So somebody has to tell me, is it coming up on Zoom the right way? Somebody put a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys see the live on Zoom. I can see you guys. Is it on Zoom? Was she able to do it correctly? Real quick. Let me try to get in. I want to make sure. So I see some people are already on the live. But I want to make sure that we're good. All right, we're here. Okay, it's ready. No, she just sent it to me, but okay. All right, so good. So Helena has it up, so we are good. So good morning, everybody. Everybody in the social media world. You guys can definitely go and make sure you like this video, you share this video with people that you know, because today is a good day to represent September being Life Insurance Awareness Month. Okay, so September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. It is important for us to talk about life insurance all the time. However, within this month, this is a dedicated month that we make sure that people are understanding what's going on, with life insurance. They say that 36% of people don't get life insurance because they don't understand what type to get, right? And they don't even understand how much they need. Okay, which means that there's a lack of education that's out there. And so what we want to do on this day in this 1 hour of live is that we want to make sure that we actually educate people about life insurance. But I'm going to go to a couple of different offices, and so we're going to pull them up in a second, and I want them to tell you, we have a mission on today that we're at least going to have 500 appointments. Okay, so nationwide, 500 appointments that we are going to have. Hey, I see some hearts in the chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. Go ahead and keep on giving me some love in chats. Okay. And then if you guys want to share this out to anybody, you can share it from the YouTube, from my Facebook, or you can invite them into the Facebook group. Any one of those ways we'll be able to share it with other people. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and see what are the goals for every team. I'm going to come first. The person I see on the screen is I'm going to go to East Coast. We're going to head to Georgia. Okay, we're heading to Georgia. So we're heading to Georgia, and I want to know what's going on in Georgia. Kimberly Bryant, one of our field directors, tell us what's going on. You are on the screen.
All right. Hello. Good morning, Senses. You know what? I am so excited. This is Life Insurance Stand Up for Life a month. And what's going on in Georgia? We are pledging today to have 50 appointments. We want to make sure that we get on the phone.
Oh, did we lose her? All right. Well, I did hear
my phone was ringing.
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you now. Oh, we keep on losing Kimberly.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So I'm sorry. I said, so we're pledging 50 appointments from the Georgia office this morning. I've already started. I went to a sickle cell walk and I already started collecting names and setting appointments. So we are ready here. And so we're going to get started to let people know that not just we're doing it for this month, but for every month. We want everybody to know that we're standing up for life because life is too short. We know that if we don't share this information, power without sharing it is no good. So if we have it and we don't share it, we're just as bad. So let's get started and kick it off. So I'm sending it back to you. From the ATL, we ready.
Hey, all right, let's go. So we have Georgia with 50 appointments that are going to be that's pledged on today, and we're going to come back to them at the end of the hour to see how many appointments do they have so far. All right, what I also see on the stage, easy for me to join. Dr. Davis, are you ready? I'm about to put you on the stage. So Dr. Davis, tell me what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and remove out Kim. Hey, Dr. Davis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can.
I am very excited. I just started my live yesterday, and I did my first one live. I'm about to start using StreamYard to do the same thing that you're doing, and
All
I'm about
right.
to get busy with that, and I'm connecting it to all of my social media platforms. So I'm looking forward to getting at least 15 appointments this week on Clubhouse, and also I'm doing the recruiting that way as well. So I'm excited about that. I'm ready. We just rented out our office. We got a brand new office space for my company, John Financial Consultants, and I'm looking forward to moving strong in Chicago with that office, and then having Census make it an affiliate office in the days to come. So
All
I'm
right.
very excited about that. I'm looking forward to everything, and I'm ready to go.
Let's go. Everybody give some love to Dr. Davis. We got 15 appointments. Where are you coming? Where are you connecting from? What
I'm sorry,
city?
I'm from Chicago. Lisa FD is my FD, and Jay Lee is my DFD. And I'm so excited. We're from Chicago, and we are really, we are from the real Chicago, in Chicago, you dig? So we are in Chicago, and we're looking forward to it. My wife, I just made her quit her job. And one of my other agents, she left her job to do this full time, and we are ready to go. I got some people that are licensed, and they are ready to go full time with this business.
Let's go.
And we're looking
That's
forward to an
Team Elevate over
explosion
there
taking
in
place in
Chicago.
Chicago.
All
Yes,
right. Thank
indeed.
you so
The
much,
Chicago
Dr.
fire
Davis.
has started.
Yes. Thank you. All right. We're going to go to the Long Beach office. Long Beach office. We're on our way to you. You know, we like some excitement over there. So we got Lynn as your representative jumping on the stage. How you going? How's it going, Lynn? Got Lynn as your representative jumping on the stage in the background. How you going?
Good morning, Dr. O'Shea. It is so nice to be with you this morning, the doctor of rethinking. Can you hear the background noise?
I hear the background noise.
Full effect.
Yes. So tell me how many, the Long Beach office is a big office. So tell me how many appointments are you guys committing to on today?
We are committing to 200 appointments today.
What?
Yes,
200.
We are live. We have about 20
Here, I'm
plus
going to add them to the
agents
stage too. There
in
we
the
go.
office. Yes, along with guests. So we are pledging, and this includes the Long Beach Dream Team. It also includes Team Eagles under Helena J. Conley out of the Los Angeles office as well. So we have a number of agents here, and we're committed to the 200 appointments today.
All right, Long Beach, I put you on the map on the screen so you guys can give some love. Go ahead and wave your hands so we can see everything. I see you guys. Long Beach is in the house. 200 appointments. Let's make it happen. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the hour to see how far you have gotten. You guys the whole day, but let's see if we can get it all done in the 1 hour. Let's go ahead and make those calls. Thank you so much, Lynn. All right. So next we have my team, the Walnut Creek office, that is going to be representing on today. I'm going to go ahead and check in with Wavette, and then Michelle Condon is going to jump on here. So let's go ahead and see. Wavette, tell us what's going on in the Walnut Creek office.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our annual Stand Up for Life Telethon. And I have to say, on behalf of Census, you guys, we are so excited and so proud of all of our agents, you guys, who's on the same mission to help people, Dr. Roche, learn how to use life insurance, wealth, protect wealth, and preserve wealth. So you guys, the goal is 500 appointments nationwide. Hats off to Long Beach that says, we got to that half. Come on,
Yes.
Long Beach. in the house. I am on my way actually to Mountain House to meet with one of my brand new agents. We're going to do a business launch for her. She has about 10 guests coming and possible 5 recruits from that. So I'm about to hop in the car and get over there and start making our appointments over there in Mountain House. So once again, thank you guys all for being part of the mission. Dr. Roche, thank you for hosting. You guys, let's do this. 500 appointments nationwide. Let's go.
Let's go. 500 appointments. That means we are going to be helping 500 families on today, right? Making sure that they're protected for the future. So let's go ahead and make this 500 appointments. We're going to build wealth. You guys say that to yourself. I'm going to build wealth, protect wealth, and then I'm also going to preserve wealth. Okay. That's what we're going to do on today. Thank you so much, Wavette. Let's go ahead and go to Michelle in the Brentwood area. Michelle, tell us what's going on.
Listen, we outside, okay? We standing up for life. You know how we do it. You know, I'm the finance comedian, and it ain't nothing funny about not having no money or no life insurance. So, you know, this month we going all the way in for life insurance. Listen, hey, how you doing? You got life insurance? Hey, oh, is that your little baby? Does your baby have life insurance? Oh, how your mama doing? Does she have life insurance? Okay, you get a policy, you get a policy. Everybody gets a policy this month. Okay, we not turning down nothing but our callers, because it is all about making sure our families and loved ones are protected. We are on this mission, building wealth, protecting wealth, and preserving wealth, and we are committed to do so 365 days a year, but we go crazy in September. So you already know what time it is, okay?
Yes. Thank you so much, Michelle FD. That is the finance comedian. Okay. She said you better get a life insurance on your baby daddy. You should see her little video that she came out
y'all
with.
go to my
It was
Facebook.
great.
Why you need life insurance on your baby daddy, your baby mama, your business partner? We rocking it out because you need life insurance on everybody, okay?
Yes. Make it happen. Everybody needs protection. And then I want to go over to Oakland Beast Mode office. Once they are ready to go, we're going to go ahead and put Oakland Beast Mode in here as well. Okay. So let me see you guys on the screen. Let me know that y'all ready. I don't see your video just yet. But we're going to go ahead and have Oakland. So far we've had Georgia, we've had Long Beach, we have Chicago, we have Walnut Creek, Brentwood represent. We also have an Oakland office. I was going to try to get New York in here as well, but my New York teammate is doing some other things on today. So let me go ahead and see. I'm going to add, there we go. Let's go. Oakland Beast Mode is ready to go. All right.
I knew it.
Go ahead.
Hello there. I'm over here. It's everybody.
Oh, look at the team. Hold on. Let me see if I can remove myself.
You see us? Yes. Everybody's doing their thing. You see us all?
I can see you guys. Yes.
All right. Can you hear us? Hold on.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, can you hear them screaming?
Yes. I heard them screaming.
Awesome.
Yes.
This is the Oakland Dream Team Beast Mode. Yay, Beast Mode. And today we have a goal of 100 appointments. We are debriefing right now. We're getting our lists ready. We're getting our scripts ready. We're about to tear it down in Oakland.
Yes.
That's what we doing.
All right. I love it. I love it.
Call.
Get ready. Get the strategy together and make it happen. All right. Thank you so much, Lawana FD. Letting us know what's going on out there. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna have you guys come back on at the end of the hour. Let me know what's going on. Okay.
All right. We'll be ready.
All right. Bye. So everybody, let me go ahead and just kind of reintroduce myself. Okay. I am Dr. Roche Brown. I am also known as the Doctor of Rethinking because I help people to remix their thinking so they can make money, they can manage their money, and they can multiply their money. So if you guys know that you want to make money, I want you guys to put ones in the chat. You guys can put ones on YouTube, ones on Facebook. Let me know that you're somebody who wants to make money, right? But I've come to realize that a lot of us want to make money, but the problem is that we don't manage the money that we already have. Okay. So it's important for us to manage our money. That means keep some of the money that you actually make. And then we have the next level, which is multiplying our money. And multiplying money means I want my money to have money babies over here. Okay. I want my money to have money babies. And so within our team, in this Stand Up for Life mission that we have on today, we used to always do it on Labor Day. So we used to call it a labor of love. So the question is, who do you love? Right? Who do you love? Right? There are people in your life that you know, love, and care about, and they need protection, right? They need protection. And we want to make sure that people are protected and they're properly educated. I think once you are informed, then it feels a little bit easier for you to actually go out and get the protection that you need. So let me go and just tell you guys a quick, just some quick understanding of life insurance. And then I'm going to have a couple people come up. maybe Kim, you're already there. I'm going to see if you would be open to tell me a life insurance testimony. So in about 5 minutes, I'm going to put you back on the stage and ask you like any testimonies of your clients around life insurance. And also I may even have Elaine Reedus come up and talk a little bit about living benefits as I go through these functions of life insurance. So you guys get ready out there. I've already told you, so you guys can get ready and be prepared to come on in about next 5 or 10 minutes. So let's first talk about that there's different functions of life insurance, okay? And I don't actually have my screen to share, but what I'm going to do is just explain it to you guys. So number one thing, function of life insurance. So when we often ask people about life insurance, the main thing that people think about is the death part, even though it's called life insurance, right? There's so many other benefits that can help you while you're living. But the main number one benefit is what we call is the death benefit, okay? And what an actual death benefit means is that the death benefit means that if you were to pass away, that your family will be protected, okay? But what we come to recognize is that a lot of people are often underinsured. They don't have enough insurance, okay? And that can be more of the problem. So let's think about this. If we have a husband and a wife, okay, and they're in a 2-income household, and, you know, God forbid, the husband passes away, right? Because that definitely, you know, can happen. And let's say he's bringing in 6 figures, $100,000 a year. Is it going to be enough for that family to only have a $100,000 policy? I want you to think about that, right? He's bringing in $100,000 a year and they only have a $100,000 policy. A lot of times people think about life insurance as just the need to be able to bury this person and give them a funeral. However, it's so much more than that, right? Because it needs to replace the income that is going to be lost, right? So if he made 100,000, you only have a policy for 100,000, that means that family can only live at the same rate that he was, providing for only 1 year. And so these are questions we have to ask ourselves is like, how long will I be able to like survive without this person's income? You know, and that's why it's important for us to ask ourselves, even those of you guys who already have your life insurance, you know, do I have enough? Is my family going to be taken care of if I'm no longer here? Right. Maybe you're the breadwinner of the household. So even more so, very important for you to be the one who is making sure that your family is protected. So I put at the bottom of the screen, free policy reviews. There are going to be people, I can do it, people from my team can review what life insurance you have right now. Because you can have life insurance, but is it good enough? Do you need more? Okay. So that's number one function is going to be the death benefit. Okay. Then on top of the death benefit, we have something called living benefits. And this is where I'm going to have a couple people jump in and maybe tell me a story about living benefits because there's a lot of great stories around this as well. So let me explain what it means. It means that, so God forbid you were to get a critical or a chronic illness. Okay. So critical or chronic illness. A critical illness means like maybe you get diagnosed with cancer. Maybe you have a heart attack, you have a stroke. So one of those types of things, maybe like kidney failure could be a critical illness. And then maybe a chronic illness. Now, a chronic illness means that you are unable to do activities of daily living. And that could mean maybe bathe yourself or transfer yourself, and different things like that. And if you're unable to do those things, you need money right now to be able to take care of you. Okay. And then of course there's like terminal illnesses where they may say that you have only a certain amount of, time that, before you're gone. Right. So maybe 18 months to live, something like that. And so in those moments, your life insurance will be triggered. Okay. And matter of fact, I don't know, Cheryl FD, she might be in the Long Beach office. I might throw her on the screen. So she better get ready. Okay. So tell somebody to get Cheryl ready to possibly tell a story. I also want Elaine as well to get ready. So let me know if you guys are ready in the chat that you guys will be open to coming on as well. Okay. And then also good. I see Kim, she's ready. So I'll probably have her come up soon. And so what you have when it comes down to the living benefits part is that, you know, you're able to tap into that money right now. Okay. I'm going to give you guys one of my like main stories. I've been a life insurance agent for 9 years. Okay. And it was only in this year that I had to actually give a death benefit claim as well as a living benefit claim. And so I had a client who was actually in her mid 40s. Okay. You know, this is a Black female client in mid 40s, and she ends up having a mild heart attack. Okay. Now, oftentimes when we end up getting life insurance policies, we often forget the functions of our life insurance. And so what I like to do is do client reviews and just remind my clients about what the product is that they have received. And so I end up having a client review, and I was letting her know and reminding her about living benefits. And she says, well, you know, I had a heart attack, 2 years ago. Can I still tap into that living benefits? And I said, yes, let's go ahead and call the company and see. And turns out that they allowed her to tap into that policy. This client had $100,000 policy, and they gave her an offer of $52,000. Okay. And she's still living. Everything's good. It was a mild heart attack. She was only actually off of work for only a week. Which I was telling her she needs to do better self-care. Okay. But she was only off for 1 week during that time. And she was able to, tap into the living benefits and got an offer of $52,000. By the time that we did this, she had probably put less than $5,000 into her actual policy, and she got an offer of $52,000. Now she made a choice to only take $26,000 of the policy, but she's going to use that because she wants to purchase an asset, which is home ownership, and she's going to use it as a down payment. All of her medical and everything was covered, so she's able to use this money for something else. Okay. And so that is the power of living benefits. I'm going to go to Georgia real quick because I know that Kimberly Bryant also has a good living benefit story. I'm going to put her on the stage real quick. All right. You there, Kim? I can't hear you just yet.
Okay. Can you hear me?
There you go. I can hear you.
Yeah. All right. So yes, definitely one thing as a nurse, I just want to say why living benefits is so important. I'll never forget being at the bedside, working with patients all night long. One patient in particular, his heart stopped. We resuscitated him, brought him back to life. And he started ripping off all of his leaves because he had to go. Guess where he had to go, everybody? He said he had to go to work. We literally worked on him all night long. And his mindset was he had to go to work because if he didn't go, he would lose his job. That to me said we have to do a better job of getting these living benefits into people's homes. And that is pushing and driving me every day, which is why when we sat down with my good friend Felicia, she's also an agent out of Virginia, who unfortunately last year in 2023 was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer at the age of 43 years old. She had a term life policy, $500,000, and hadn't only had it for less than a year and a half. And she was able to get a tax-free lump sum check of $158,000 that she was able to utilize if she needed it. She didn't have to worry about if she needed it for work. Fortunately, her husband and her were able to invest that and not use it and put it up. But the point is, she had it. And so my whole thing to you guys is don't wait, because we may think we're young and we don't need it. She had several other policies, but none of those had living benefits. So make sure you can check with your patients, your clients, your friends and family. Even if you have a policy, does it have all 3 living benefits? Critical, chronic, and terminal illness is so important. Back to you, Dr. Roche.
Thank you so much, Kim from Georgia. So, I mean, that was a powerful story, $158,000, right? When something happens to us, we need money now, right? We don't need money later, and that's what the power of living benefits. I see that Elaine Reedus is ready as well. I'm going to add her to the stage. I'm just giving her a quick little notice. Okay, there we go. She's on her way. All right, Elaine, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So Elaine, she's been with me. This is our, I don't know, 5th something years doing Labor of Love Telethon. And she actually was in the law enforcement world, and she's been interviewed by me before. But she is now a powerful person when it comes down to living benefits, right? Having, helped a lot of her clients get living benefits. And so I want her to just share a couple of stories about what that has been like. I just want to put here on the screen, law enforcement, you protect others, but are you protected? Right? Things to think about. Are you protected? So go ahead and tell us a little bit about you, Elaine, and as well as tell us about Living Benefit story.
I love that, Dr. O'Shea. Thank you so much. So first of all, we are over here standing up for life. I want everybody to say, hey, hey. Okay, we're over here and we have a telethon going right now. And we're setting over 100 appointments with clients today. So the testimony that I have so first of all, I do come from law enforcement. I was a deputy sheriff for the San Francisco Sheriff Department for over 22 years, and that job served me well. And our job is to protect and serve others. So when I was actually introduced to this industry, to the life insurance industry, I was introduced as a client first, and I got my immediate family protected. But I love the mission so much, I ended up coming on board, but I didn't come on board as an agent first. I came on board as a referral source. I wasn't even thinking about being an agent. I could not see myself selling life insurance. I did not want to be a life insurance salesperson. But what I loved is the mission. I love the Project 1000 mission, where we are building wealth, protecting wealth, and preserving wealth. So that's the part that I loved. So for a 2-year period, I actually referred people. I referred people and brought them to seminars, and I referred some of my coworkers, some of my friends to get their financial house in order. So that's the part that I loved. So finally, 2 years later, I actually came on board to be an agent when I wrapped my head around, okay, this is not sales. This is what I've always done. I've always helped people my whole entire life. I love helping people. So why not get paid for helping people? So that was in 2013. So I finally decided to come on board as an agent in 2013. And I came on part-time while I was working at my job full-time. So about 10 years ago, I was able to take an early retirement. And why am I sharing this story? Because this is a part of what we do. This is a part of standing up for life. This is a part of what it means to help people. And it was able to allow me to take an early retirement from my job 10 years ago as a deputy sheriff. So fast forward to the question that you asked, Dr. Roche, about helping people, living benefits stories. So we've helped literally hundreds, if not thousands of people. And one of the first living benefit stories that I have from one of my personal clients is Letitia. And Letitia is a teacher. She's a single mom and she drives Uber part-time. So I actually got into her Uber car and we had a conversation. And she said, well, I drive Uber because we don't get paid in the summertime and so I need to make ends meet. So I talked to her a little bit about the mission, our Project 1000 mission, helping 1,000 families secure life insurance. And she got a policy for $150,000. Well, just about 9 months later, I see her on Facebook and she's totally bald. So I scrolled through her page and I found out that she had breast cancer. So I called her. And she told me, she said, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Right now, I'm going through my radiation treatments. I'm going to have a surgery after this. And she said, Elaine, I really thank you so much. I'm so grateful that I got this life insurance policy because her policy had living benefits and she put her own claim in. Normally, we help the clients with their claim, but she put her own claim in and she was able to get a check for $31,000. So, and like Dr. Roche said, this client was also offered 2 options, one for about 80 something thousand, and then the other for about her 31,000. So what is beautiful about this whole situation is now she's cancer free. Praise God, she is cancer free. But she was able to use that $31,000 to pay off all of her credit cards. She paid off her car note and she was able to pay her rent while she was going through her treatments, because she did have complications during her surgery. So she had to stay off work longer than she anticipated. But she had that backup money to pay her bills. And that's what the living benefit life insurance is all about. It's not just a death benefit of the 150,000. She was able to get 31,000 while she was living. And that was very, very needed, because what if she didn't have the $31,000? What if she didn't have it? Would she have had to exhaust her bank account? Would she have had to go to work while she was under treatment? Would she have exhausted her 401k plan? So these are the things that happen when people don't have this backup money for these unforeseen situations. So Dr. Roche, are you still here?
Yep, still here.
Okay, so so that was a blessing for Letitia. She was able to take care of herself, her bills, and still take care of her family. And like I said, she is cancer free. I have more stories, so you just let me know when you want to call on me again. I'm here.
All right. Thank you so much. Yes, Elaine has all the stories of living benefits and is really powerful in describing this. So thank you so much, Elaine. I'm gonna go ahead and take you off the screen real
Thank
quick.
you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Even in listening to Elaine's story, she was initially just kind of sharing the information. What I'll say for all people who are listening today, you're hearing some powerful stories on today. It's very important that for all of you guys that you think to yourself, how can I not be a gatekeeper of good information? Right? You're hearing some great information. You're hearing some great stories, and they may be impacting you. And you're like, wow, that person got 31,000. That other person got 26,000. Another person got 158,000. This is very powerful. Don't be a gatekeeper of good information, right? Don't assume everybody knows, because a lot of people don't know about this. Okay. So don't be in that place that you think that everybody already knows this information. Let me not share. It's just your job to share, right? It's your job to share. What they choose to do with the information is on them, okay? But it's your job to share good information. I don't care what the information is, right? If we see a good movie, we like to go ahead and tell people about the good movie. So now this is a good movie for your life, okay? I want you to go out and share what is a good, good information about your life, okay? All right, so we've already discussed two major functions of life insurance. We discussed the death benefit, which is what we all understand around life insurance. But also we have discussed the living benefits, and we've heard a couple of different living benefit stories. Okay, well, here goes another benefit of life insurance. It's the cash value. Okay, cash value. I was just speaking maybe a couple of days ago, and this young lady asked me, "Is it really possible for you to borrow against your life insurance?" I don't know why I heard somebody say that, but that doesn't even sound real. That's what she said to me, and I was like, "Oh, baby, yes. Let me go into it." Right? I was like, "This is my favorite month, September, Life Insurance Awareness Month. So let me explain everything to you." And so cash value is like a savings account that is riding along your life insurance. Okay. Cash value is a savings account that's riding along your life insurance. So let's say you have a life insurance policy, let's just say of $500,000, right? You will have like money growing over time, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, that's growing over time, 100,000. And what you're able to do is actually borrow against that and decide to take that money and use it right now for something. And it could be that you use it, for investments, right? So maybe you want to invest into a property. I own myself I own my own home that I live in California. But I also, have an investment property, right, in St. Louis, so able to take money from the life insurance and hey, let me go put a down payment on this property, right? So you can use one asset to build another asset. Right? That's what you can do within that policy. Some other things, if you think about this cash value component, is you can use it for retirement. So when I initially first came into, this business, I didn't have an understanding of all of this. I didn't understand how, life insurance, worked and everything like that. But then when I really started to look at a policy, I think that is so important for those of you guys who either have a policy or have not gotten one yet, is to make sure that you have somebody show you the illustration and help you to understand it. For all my clients, I like to give them a vision stretch. Like, what if you decided to put more money into your policy? What could be the result of that? Okay. And so for what I was able to do for myself is me overfunding my policies, meaning putting more than what the natural monthly premium is in my policy. My policy is growing, and it's growing at like anywhere between like 6 to 9% of interest, which is very good, right? It's outpacing inflation. And it's also tax advantage, meaning when I take this money out, no taxes, baby, right? So we like that. And what I was able to do, and I started my policy when I was 33 years old, but I was able to set up a plan by the time I'm 55 years old that I will be able to retire. Well, that knocks down 10 years off of what the natural normal retirement age is, right? Majority of people retire at 65. Currently, we're looking at a more 67, 70 years old area. But I was able to make sure that I'm putting enough money that I'll have enough money coming to me at 55 that I will feel secure not working if I don't want to, right? That is the power of life insurance. Speaking to that, very important for us to start early. The wealth formula tells us that time plus money equals wealth, right? Time plus money equals wealth. The earlier you get started, the better, right? If you took a little time before you start to get into this, right? Like maybe you're a little bit older, you might have to put a little more money in, put a little more skin in the game to get to the same level of wealth. But you want to make sure that you at least do something, because a lot of us are not really ready and prepared for retirement. And life insurance is just another vehicle that can definitely help you when it comes down to retirement. Okay. And one of the fourth functions, I just kind of mentioned it already, is the fact of like tax advantages. Normally with our 401k, you take that money, you see money in your 401k, it's not really there, right? Because it's going to be, you're going to see, let's say you see $300,000. Well, it's going to be $300,000 minus the taxes at that time, right? And so the question you always have to ask yourself when you see money, even in your current retirement accounts is, well, what's taxes going to be in the future, right? Are taxes going to go up in the future, or are they going to go down, right? Do we know? And so if you don't know that, or if you have an idea, you're like, I think they're going to go up. Well, that means that $300,000 is not really $300,000, right? And it makes it a lot harder for you to manage and prepare for retirement without knowing the real number. Okay. Another thing that is also like, important that for life insurance is that people utilize it for, for estate planning as well. So very important for people to get trust. We don't help people directly with trust, but we know people that we can definitely share, about why it's so important to get trust. So we got a great comment here. Let me read these comments out loud. So we got Ariana who says, so amazing. Love how you are using your policy to plan for retirement. Okay. We also have Kanisha Bell who said, this is so powerful on today. So that's great. And then we also have Jacqueline who says, this will help so many people who take action, right? This is so important. She said, this will help so many people, but the most important part of it is who take action. It is not the knowing that is going to make the difference in your life. It's going to be the doing, the implementing, the executing that is going to make the difference in your life. Okay. Don't come to this live and listen to great information, great stories, and forget to do the most important part, which is connect with a life insurance agent, maybe the person who's just called you and contacted you and told you about this, right? You can, reach out to me. I can reach out to somebody on my team to be able to help and serve you, but don't get the information and do nothing with it. I heard a friend of mine, he said this, he says that a lot of people are addicted to information, but allergic to execution. And I thought that was so amazing, right? Because we are in such an information world, we always are consuming information, right? Going to a webinar, going to a live, going to a podcast, constantly consuming information, right? However, we forget the most important part, which is the execution. Okay. Don't be allergic to the execution part. Okay. All right. We got even Audra. She's actually from Texas and she's actually on my team as well. So good morning, Audra, as well. All right. So so let me go ahead and tell you guys quickly about the types of life insurance as well. And then I'm going to come back to all the offices. So offices, get ready. I actually want to go to Wadette Johansson. I don't know, is she driving? She might be driving. I'm going to see if Wadette's available. And I want to tell you guys a little bit of history around how this telethon even came to be. Okay. And then I want to go back to every office and you guys give me a quick update on how many appointments have you guys gotten so far. I want to know a little bit of that information as well. Okay. All right. So once again, everybody, I'm Dr. Roche. This is Life Insurance Awareness Month. And so we want to make sure that people are aware of the power of life insurance. We've already talked about the functions of life insurance. And now I want to talk about the types of life insurance. Okay. And this is very important. So type number 1 of life insurance is the term policy. Term. And there are pros and cons to each one. Okay. Of these life insurances. So a term policy. The pro, right, the positive of a term policy is that it often is inexpensive. Okay, it's often inexpensive. But the negative part is that it does expire. Okay, meaning that most term policies go like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And so very important, as we've been talking about, like, we'll do policy reviews. You want to check and see like, hey, do I have a term policy? Maybe that's what I decided to have in the beginning. And so when is it going to expire? Is that term policy planning to expire, next year? Do you have another 10 years? Very important for you to review that and check it out to see if it's something you need to transition into something else. Okay. Another thing is not only do we have term policies, but we have something called whole life, right? And a lot of people will hear that a lot. And just like the namesake says, the positive of it is that it lasts your whole life, right? It's a permanent policy. It also has that cash value that I was talking about. So cash value, that savings component is still a part of that policy. Okay. And so that savings can be used for different things, right? We have people say like, wow, look at how you're using it for retirement, right? So it can be used for a lot of different powerful things. Okay. But the negative part of it is that the cash value tends to have like a relatively low rate of return. Normally you may get only like 2% inside of it. So this is why, it's so important for you to review your policy, because maybe you have a whole life and you're like, okay, well, it's going to be the same my whole life. I like that part. But does it have the cash value piece? Is the cash value growing inside of your policy? You really want to check that out. And then we have what is called universal life. And a universal life policy is permanent, just like whole life is permanent. We like that part. That's good, right? It has cash value, which is the savings component. We like that part as well. So that's a good part. But then it also is very flexible, okay? And flexibility means that, let's say your monthly premium is $300 a month, okay? Well, God forbid you have a financial hardship, you can bring that $300 down to a lower amount. And I like to always tell my clients this, because I think this is more of a mindset thing, that when our life insurance is not working out, when our finances are not working out, a lot of us will say, oh, I'll get life insurance later. We'll let our life insurance lapse and we'll get it later, right? But the problem with later is later you're going to be older. It's going to be more expensive because of that. You may have a medical condition. It's going to be more expensive because of that. If not, maybe even not favorable, right? Then also you may just be overweight, right? You may just gain some pounds, and those things are going to all affect how expensive your life insurance is. So it's better to be able to, call the company. Communication is key, right? And say, hey, can I lower down my payment? And you have that flexibility to lower down your payment so your finances are okay, but your policy is still intact, okay? So that's that flexibility that we're looking for. Now, the negative part of a universal life is the fact that it does, tend to have maybe still on the lower rate of return, maybe around 3 to 4% is a rate of return for that. We understand that inflation rates are like above 4%. So we want to make sure our money is growing above 4% at any given time. Okay. And then we have something called the index universal life. Okay. Now, you may hear this all the time. Maybe that you guys are listening now. All of a sudden, the algorithms are going to start showing you IUL, IUL, IUL. And that's what the acronym for Index Universal Life Insurance is IUL. Okay. And so when you see that IUL or see the concept, people often will say, become your own bank, different things like that. What happens with that, with the IUL, is that it's permanent. It lasts your whole life. We like that part, right? It also has cash value, which is a savings component. We like that as well. But what's most amazing is the cash value is following something called an index. Okay. And what the index means is that your money is not in the stock market, but it's following the trend of the stock market, right? It's not in the stock market, but it's following the trend of the stock market. So what does that mean? When the stock market goes up, we like that part, our money goes up, okay? But it often will go up to a cap. So let's say the market does 20% in return. Maybe you only make 13%. It's going to cap you off, okay? But it's to account for when the market goes down, because we all know that it does do that your money's going to lock in and you're not going to lose any money. Somebody say, don't lose my money. Okay. I want my money to grow, but I'm not trying to lose any of my money, right? Because the stock market hurts. Okay. I've done it. I'll be playing it sometimes. And when you lose that money, it takes a long time to recover that money at that time. Okay. So very important that, we have a place where our money is able to grow, but it's also able to be locked in and be protected. We have what is called downside protection. Okay. And then every year it's called an annual reset. We can get back in the game. Market goes back up again. Yay. Our money goes back up again. And we love that part. Okay. So that's very important. It tends to give about 6 to 9%. Okay. 6 to 9%. So that's a pretty good interest rate, right? That's around the average of it. Maybe it can go above that. Maybe it'll be a lower, but it's in the average of 6 to 9%. Okay. All right. So offices, I see you guys are back. Oh, wait, there goes Wavette. I want to put her up real quick. Wavette Johansson is the founder of and idea creator of Stand Up for Life. Okay. She is my mentor, and I just want to say mentorship is key. Anytime that you're doing something new and different, mentorship is going to be key. Somebody to hold your hand through the process. When you are starting to doubt yourself or doubt what you're doing, you need somebody to remind you that you're great and that you can continue to move forward. Okay. So mentorship is key. We heard Elaine Reedus talk a lot about becoming a life insurance agent just because she was just choosing not to be a gatekeeper of information. So maybe that's something that you guys want to do as well. So let me go ahead and put Wavette on the stage real quick. Wavette, are you there?
Hello, Dr. Roche. I am here.
Hello. Tell us a little bit about Labor of Love, why you chose to do this, what came up in your godly downloadable walk.
Yeah, so I will say this. So I'm going to date myself, you guys. I am 60 years old. And back in the day, Dr. Roche, there was a telethon put on by Jerry Lewis. So Jerry Lewis is a famous comedian. And every Labor Day in September, he would have this telethon to raise awareness about MD. I think his sister was diagnosed with MD. So every year, he would come on and he would have this telethon that went for a day and a half. And he would have celebrities come on, singers come on, and talk with you guys raising money for the diagnosis as well as awareness. So I said, well, September is National Life Insurance Awareness Month. So why don't we do the same thing? And we called you guys Labor of Love. So every Labor Day in September, about 4 or 5 years ago, we started this telethon, right? You guys saw Dr. Roche. You guys share with you, the different functions of life insurance, the different types of life insurance. We heard living benefit stories, you guys. So it's all about building awareness, once again, about how do I use life insurance to build wealth. That's the cash value that we talked about. To protect wealth, living benefits, to preserve wealth, the index concept. And our goal, you guys, is in every city that we are in census, the goal is in 12-month period of time to help 1,000 families in that city. So in Long Beach, the goal is 1,000. In Oakland, the goal is 1,000. We call it Project 1,000 Mission. And our goal, guys, all together in 1 year is to help 10,000 families understand the power of life insurance and how to use that to build wealth, protect wealth, and preserve wealth. So that's our labor of love. That's our stand up for life. And you guys know we are the acronym queens over here. So you guys
Oh no, we lost that. So life, the acronym of life, LIFE, right? We want to have living benefits insurance for everyone. Okay. You guys just heard great information around living benefits, and our mission is to make sure that everybody, right, has living benefits. Someone just asked me also not too long ago, like, am I able to get something for my child? If the baby got a social, we can get them a plan. Okay. Right. So right when, that child is ready, is ready, you want to make sure you get them a policy. The beauty is that they get whatever they're paying their monthly premium. Their monthly premium ends up allowing it becomes is the same monthly premium up and when they're like 60 and 70 and 80 years old. It is the same cost, right? So very important for you to get that policy, early for those kids. Let me go ahead and put Wabette right back up. Oh wait, is she gone? Oh, she was there for a second. All right, so I'm going to come back to every office. We're at the very tail end of the hour. Let's see what's going on in Georgia real quick. And then Long Beach, you get ready. All right. And then I see you ready. And Oakland Beast Mode, get ready too. All right, here we go, Georgia.
All right. So that hour went by fast, but we were able to definitely set up 5 appointments so far scheduled out of our 50. So we're going to keep plugging it and get our goal done. And so we're excited to make sure that we continue to stand up for life, not only the rest of this week, but the whole month. So thank you so much. We're going for our goal.
Thank you. All right. So that's 5 families who are going to be soon protected by the end of this week. And so their goal is 50. So they'll continue to be working this whole entire day, right? Constantly like connecting with people and sharing this information with them. All right. Let me go ahead and go to Long Beach office. Lynn, ready to go? All right. Let me go ahead and go. Go ahead, Lynn.
Hey, Dr. Roche.
Hey.
So we are at, I believe, 15 appointments right now.
All
so
right.
At 15 appointments, we just started. So we kind of jumped off the Zoom so that we can start the calls. And we'll be here till 1 o'clock. So we're going to hit our 200 goal or exceed that. So we're at 15 right now.
Good. All right. Thank you so much, Lynn. All right. So we got 15. They have 200 appointments. We know that nationwide we're doing 500 appointments. They have already committed to stay there all, for the longest. Actually, I'm going to go to Long Beach. I'm about to put you guys on the stage. You can do your screen a little bit. Okay. So, I don't even know if they're even able to hear me right now. They probably can't. But in Long Beach, you see people making calls. Let me show you guys. All right. We see them making the calls. They're making things happen, that they're so focused. They're not even on the live anymore. So I love it. Okay. All right. Now, Oakland Beast Mode. I'm about to come over to Elaine Reedus. Let us know how are things going over there in Oakland.
Yes, we are here. So we actually just started making our phone calls, but we have our stations set up. Our phone call stations are set up, and our goal is actually 100 appointments today, and we will reach that goal. So we have all our agents who just got set up here. So thank you, Dr. Roche.
All right. Thank you so much, Elaine. So Oakland Beast Mode, we have 100 appointments scheduled. People look like they're already in their area, so they're ready to go. So we love that. Dr. Davis, told us what was going on with Chicago. We're going to end it with their leader, Lisa McCombs. Tell us what's going on in Chicago area. Hey, Lisa.
Well, hello. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Wonderful.
Tell us what's going on, what kind of goals you guys have, for Stand Up for Life.
Well, Team Elevate has 38 appointments.
Yes. All right. Yes. So they already with 38 appointments. And what is your goal overall, like for this month?
Oh, for the whole month, 100.
Yeah. 100. All right. 38 appointments are already done from 100. So thank you so much, Lisa, for, where are you at? What city are you in right now?
In Chicago.
She's in Chicago still. All right. Okay. She's out. She had a church. She's doing all kind of things, but she's making things happen. All right. Thank you so much, Elisa.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
All right. So we see that the activity is happening, right? We've learned that life insurance is an amazing tool. It's an amazing tool, right? We all about people wrote in there, don't lose my money, right? Life insurance is gonna help you not lose your money, right? We're gonna lock in that money that we got. So all just said lock in that money. And here goes another comment we have. Their policy and premium stays the same. Talking about children, right? Getting a child policy is so important, right? Because the policy premium stays the same, and a portion of that premium goes into that index that we were talking about, which is averaging at least 6%. And that is better than even a 529 savings plan. Okay. So look at that. Some great stuff that's going on. I don't know if Wavette is able to come back on the screen as we end out this hour. Wavette, you look like you're driving. So we won't put her back in because she's look like she's doing some other stuff right now. But as you guys can see, life insurance is extremely important. It's something that gives you peace of mind. I spoke to a client not too long, maybe this was a couple months ago, and she had got her first life insurance policy. And she was a woman who was in her 50s, already has children. And she says, wow, that was the first night that I just slept so well. Right? She's like, that was the first night that I slept so well, just knowing that if something was to happen to me, my family was taken care of. Right? Are you able to say the same? Are you able to say the same? That if something was to happen to you, that your family is going to be taken care of. Understand, life insurance to me is loving them beyond, right? Is loving them beyond you being in your physical presence, right? You will still be with them spiritually, but that is the importance. I've been sharing, those of you guys who are biblical and scriptural based, Proverbs 13:22 says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, right? A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And what does that mean? Like, let's think about that. Are you leaving an inheritance for your children, your grandchildren, right? We want to make sure that we're not leaving bills and stress. Me being a psychologist, you already have to manage, the emotional grief of losing somebody, right? And so your family has to go through that, but don't let them have to also go through the financial stress that goes along with it. Okay. Help them have the peace that they need, because peace is priceless. Well, thank you everybody for joining me on today. So once again, I'm Dr. Roche, the doctor of rethinking, and I help people to remix their thinking about it so they can make money, manage money, and multiply money. And guess what? Life insurance allows you to do all three. You can become a life insurance agent if you're interested. You can contact me, but you also can contact any of the people that you just seen. We have Georgia, we have Texas that commented, we have Long Beach, we have offices literally everywhere that are around Walnut Creek, Brentwood, Chicago. We have offices in many, many areas that were not even covered on today. Okay. And so since we have that, if you want to become a life insurance agent, mentorship, like I said, is key. And we have great mentors who will definitely hold your hand through the process to make sure that it happens for you. Okay. We have people saying great live and great information on today. And so I want to make sure you guys get that. That helps you make money if you become a life insurance agent, right? Been looking for something different, don't know what it is, but you definitely want to support your family and support your current life right now. Life insurance agent, consider doing that, right? Like I've said, I'm a licensed clinical psychologist. I make good money as a professional with the degree. However, life insurance pays me even more. If you were to Google, what is the industry that makes the most millionaires, you will notice that it will say, literally can ask Google, ask Siri, and they will tell you that life insurance industry, the financial industry, is what makes the most millionaire. Okay. So I want you to make sure that you guys think about that. And then, of course, we teach people how to manage their money. One of the major services that we do for people is we do a personal financial checkup. A personal financial checkup, which means that we help you. We don't just give people life insurance. We make sure to help them look at their finances. And we say hey, how much money is coming in? How much money is going out? what are your goals, right? Because a lot of times either we don't have goals, or we need to figure out what's the best way for us to actually have the different wealth building strategies to hit our goals. Okay. And so we're there to actually help you guys, with that as well. And then, of course, multiplying money. We've already talked about the index concept, the become your own bank concept. And so life insurance allows you to multiply your money. So today was a labor of love. Okay. And so I want you to think to yourself, who do I love? Who would I like to share this information with? Right. If you love the information, contact the person who invited you so they could share you with you a little bit more than what I was able to share within this hour of time. Okay, so make sure you guys go do that. You want to ask yourself, is your income protected? Is your family protected? I want to make sure you guys are protected. All right, so we got people saying I love this, and I want to just make sure I get all the comments in. The word is so powerful. Let's get y'all let's get this, y'all. Tell your family, friends, neighbors. Iron sharpens iron. So good. I think that will leave it on that. All right, everybody. I hope you guys had a great live. I hope you guys learned a lot of great information. Check it if you check it on the replay. Put hashtag replay. Let me know that you check this out, and contact me if you need me. Bye.